Hello, greetings. Had a watcher today. He's been watching for a while. He's so happy and stoked. He's actually, no exaggeration, making money hand over fist, and he's got a real estate agent that wants him to do pictures. And he's thinking about, he's semi-retired. And I got his Flickr links below, and they said it's okay to share those. He took me up on the recommendation. Now his wife, I believe that's the case. His wife got him the Vagabond Power Pack for this unit as a Christmas present, so he could go completely portable, because this unit obviously runs off wall power, or it'll run all day and then some off a Vagabond. That's an ABR800. Most indispensable lighting system. No, I have no connection to Pulse Buff. It's a ring light to 180-degree half moon xenon tubes, and also 8 illumination modeling lamps, although you can't use those off battery power because there's just too much power drainage. Only the strobe, but this incredibly useful, indispensable speed light. And he's just having more fun than a worm buried in a pile of poo. I'm going to show you the battery pack that he got for a Christmas present. He was only using it over the weekend. But I amusingly told people, and I don't think that many people actually believe me, that this particular light will actually pay for itself like that. And he is already now, just off some weekend shooting, at the bar and, some of his hangouts, he's already actually paid for the unit and then some. And then, of course, he just got this Vagabond Power Pack to go with his ABR800, so he's totally portable with it. He's not tied to the wall, tied to the cord or an AC socket. And so the unit's already paid for itself. He's having a ton of fun. He's making money. And now the only issue that he's got is it's become so monotonous. What I gather anyway, he didn't say this, it's become so monotonous that, it's just, he's got a line. People are beating a line to his proverbial door. For him to take shots with this ABR800, because the light it produces is very unique. This is really kind of what I've said from the beginning, that you could have the best lenses in the world, and God knows I've got a mountain of lenses, Zeiss lenses, Voigtlanders, the best Nikkor lenses that money can buy, the best Nikon cameras. It doesn't matter what the hell you shoot, or, obviously a good lens is important, certainly so, but if someone were to ask me the question, would you rather have a crappy kit lens and some good lighting, or like a really, really expensive Zeiss lens and no lighting? And I'll go for the cheap kit lens and the lighting, because I can do far more with good lighting and a poopy lens than I can with a really, really good lens and no lighting, because it is about lighting, and you got to bring it. Mother Nature isn't going to comply with you, unless you're a landscape photographer. And you're sitting around all the time waiting, kind of like I used to be when I bicycled all the time. I'd have to wait for Mother Nature to comply with good weather, and of course when it was raining, I'd cuss and fuss. And when in photography, you want to be in control of everything, and if you got the light, then you're in control, because otherwise you're a slave to everything, like fluorescent tubes, these LED horrible, bar lights, and just horrible lighting, just disgusting fluorescence, and just nasty, white balancing hell. I mean, why not just forget about that? You blast whatever the hell you got that's present. You bring proper color correction light with you. You bring the light that gives you the saturation, which takes a really, really good lens. Even if you got a decent lighting situation, the best lens in the world is only as good as the light passing through it. I mean, a crummy shot with poor lighting is a crummy shot with poor lighting. And, the best Zeiss lens in the world ain't gonna fix. Sucks. Sucks. It doesn't matter whether it's passing through a Zeiss or a crappy kit lens. And this is what people don't realize, because they'll even ask me, they'll say, well, I got the same lens as this dude, but his pictures look a lot better. And so what are the pictures that he took you're referring to? And they'll show it to me. It's like, well, that guy's using lighting, right? Like, oh, yeah. It just looks so much sharper and richer and deeper. It's like, well, it's the lighting. It's all about light. Photographia, writing with light. So it's not about just the camera and the lens. And this is kind of what people don't get. Let's just call this the year of light. Learn how to use light, manipulate light, and as I stated before, instead of, if you're saving up for another lens, if you really need it, then save up for the lens. But by God, you just gotta, divvy up some money to go towards good lighting. So anyway, he's happier than a pig in snot, a pig in crap, if you will, and he has already paid for his ABR800 and then some. So he's having a ton of fun, it's paid for, and now he's got people beating a path to his door, literally. And so he just called me up so tickled like he won the lottery. And I know he's telling the truth because I see the pictures, and I'll post the link. He give me permission to post the links to some of the pictures that he was taking with his ring light, which produces very unique lighting. And people don't see that off of a speed light. They're used to seeing, well-lit and well-exposed pictures, but that's one thing, I could buy the most expensive Nikon camera and speed light and, TTL light on top of my hot shoe, which of course is never where you want your damn light anyway, unless you're a photojournalist, and get really properly exposed shots. And people could be posed properly too, but the lighting has got to be right, and there are different types of lighting. And a ring light produces a very magical sort of light that you just can't get out of any damn speed light, no matter how good it is. Of course, I've shown you how to make mods. If you don't want to buy an ABR800, you want to build one of these suckers for $2, then this works too. But this ain't going to put out 300 watt seconds of 300 watt seconds of illumination like the ABR800 is. And of course, it's not just a ring light. You can actually use it as a studio strobe, because there's an umbrella attachment that comes with a unit that lets you use it as an umbrella reflector. And you can either use it as a shoot through. I use it also with my modification. My translucent tube, use it as an awesome macro illuminator. And anyway, just start thinking about lighting and realizing that it's not that difficult. You can go out and spend half the day failing and learning what it takes to get proper lighting. All you have to do is expose your background, really, and you just pop in your main subject light and you raise that to whatever level you need to. And today it's so easy with digital photography. You can chimp and immediately look whether the hell you nailed it or not. And if you didn't nail it enough, and it's a shot that you can't capture again, if you're close enough, you could raise the exposure slider in post, as long as you didn't blow out the highlights. You could raise your exposure or dial it back a little bit. Hopefully, like I said, you didn't blow the highlights, but you've got so much latitude now. Back in the days of film, it was hard. You had to remember what you did, or you wrote down what you did so you never made that mistake again after you went home and processed the film and go, oh, well, that's where I screwed up, and then you got to try again. So the learning curve was a lot steeper. Now it's just immediately check it. That's what I did wrong. Boom, I'll do it again. And go out and spend a day failing. Just spend a day failing. Just expose as you normally would expose. It's like, well, my subject is not properly illuminated. That's fine. You expose for the background, raise up your speed light, raise up your flash illumination for your subject. You're just talking about layering light, and layering light is not that hard. It's just like building a sandwich. You got the foundation, you got your pastrami and your bread, and then people are worried about adding everything else. How do you build the proper sandwich? Same way you build the proper picture. It's like, well, I spread on too much mustard. It's a shitty sandwich. It's like, okay, well, you don't do that again. You know that given this situation, this many feet, this is how much mustard you need to lay down for the proper sandwich. And this is how much light you need to add to your subject to bring the exposure up so that the background and the foreground are within the proper latitude of what you want the composition and exposure to be. So it's nowhere near as difficult as you think it is. It's just pretty much like building a sandwich. So much mustard, so much lettuce. You figure out what sort of sandwich or composition you want, and you lay it down. You lay down the light for your subject illumination. Your foundation, you know how to expose for that, so you expose for it, and then you lay down the mustard. You lay down the lighting. It's really that simple. So anyway, he's so happy. We had a nice long phone call. He wanted me to share with you his Flickr page, but also like the ABR800 ring light page. But this isn't about the ABR800. It's about illumination. And this is really, there's no, I will state boldly, and no one will prove me wrong or refute me. If they do, they're smoking crack or they're an asshole. that any professional photographer on earth that's worth 2 cents and has more than 3 brain cells will agree with me in stating that as equally important in the system that you have as far as lenses and camera is your lighting. And they form a perfect triangle. And then people think, well, it's, I got the perfect camera, and I got a backup camera, and I got X number of lenses, boom, 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 boom. And I got the skills to use it. Well, that's all well and fine, but you only got 2 sides of the triangle there. You got your camera, and you got your lenses, whatever that array may be, 1 lenses, 5 lenses, whatever. But you got to have lighting. The lighting is the third part of the photographic triangle, because it is photography, it's writing with light. And if you're going to be slave and subservient to crappy normal indoor illumination, and slave to Mother Nature's PMS as far as lighting is concerned, you're slave to her, then photography is going to get frustrating quick. And if you bring the light, then you can do what you want, and you can give everything else the middle finger, proverbially speaking. And so you gotta have the lighting. So start dropping. I'm not talking about dropping serious money. Everything right here and then some, including a studio strobe, which most of you probably don't even want. Everything here, including the battery pack, and 2 more additional speed lights, which I don't have right here. I got a speed light. I got this is technically also a studio strobe. And the battery pack, all of this plus 2 more speed lights and 2 more wireless triggers cost less than 1 good lens. Less than. So 400, 5, 600, 700, 800, 900. A really good lens, like a decent used Zeiss lens, $1,000. All of this plus 2 more of these, 3 total, run you less than $1,000. And that's portable battery power. So, and this is useful as a studio strobe. I mean, it's 300 watt seconds. You pop a $10 umbrella from China, and this is as good as any studio umbrella. It's kind of flimsy, but it works just the same. And a $10 light stand. That also includes the $10 lights. I mean, light stands are a dime a dozen at any camera store. You can buy like 3 of them for like $8 a piece off of eBay, for God's sakes. There's a light stand attachment right here on this sucker, so consider that. So many people live overseas that can't get the ABR800. Well, you can technically. You just have to do a wire transfer. But I know you got to pay taxes and all that stuff. But I'm not responsible for European taxes. That's out of my realm. But just some lighting. So consider that. That's something that you should consider for 2016. I'm going to call 2016 the year of light. You need the light, not just the lenses and the camera. Thank you for watching. I hope I didn't drone on it too much, but someone will certainly accuse me that I did. Catch you later. Bye.